Welcome to Buy It All. Oh, crap.
Uh-oh. Dropped his phone.
Well,
He's gotta go. He's gotta go off script.
So there's look, we don't have an intro this week. It's just Jimmy from Old School Flips, Keith, Vintage Sport Flips, and I'm Ray, aka Butterfingers, I guess. Thanks for joining us. Grab your tape gun, kick back. We're gonna talk about how we buy it all.
That
was good.
Your
it was a good ad lib.
phone participated perfectly. Like that might be the best intro so far. Your phone was like, you know what? We're not doing this week. We're done.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear it drop? Like,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh man.
I hope the viewers heard that. That was great. That was so perfect. Great ball. I was like, you ready, Ray? You got the intro ready? You got it all dialed up? He's all, yep, go ahead. And then
Whoops.
What's going on, guys? How are we doing this week? We're back from Dan and Demand's great episode.
Yeah, it was an awesome one. Yeah, I'm good. Been a good week.
Yeah.
How'd your whatnot go last night? I missed it. Dang it.
Dibbed it.
I said whatnot.
You did. Yeah.
Kevin's texting me right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it went great. I have a nice, like, the same people come back every week, and there were some new buyers, which is cool. So, and it helped having, I think Kevin had his giveaway like a half an hour prior to my stream. So that helped bring a little extra people in, I'm sure. So, yeah.
I do trivia on Wednesday nights, and I told you already. I don't even, if I did take my iPhone out to connect it to their Wi-Fi just to be, I guess I could still buy on my, I don't have anything on my Android connected to Dibbed. I need to do that.
No, you definitely had some cool stuff in there last night. Like, I like those little Peanuts figures you had.
Oh yeah, those are cool. Yeah, I was shocked at the value of those things.
Comps on those. What were those things worth?
I mean, over $100 for a group like that. Yeah, at least the ones I saw. Now maybe I didn't, because I wasn't listing them. I was just comping them out to get a general sense. But and this week I have a ton of Star Wars stuff coming up, or Empire Strikes Back.
All right, I can't miss that.
Yeah.
I want to talk about that because Keith is bringing some. It's like opportunities that don't come around very often. You know, like he's finding some stuff that you don't see every day, and he's running it over there on dibbedit.com. You guys go over there Wednesday nights. What time Eastern?
7 o'clock Eastern.
7 o'clock
Eastern
at night on Wednesday nights. Dibbedit.com. I mean, he's bringing some great rare vintage stuff that you're not going to find many other places.
Yeah.
You need to go over there. I'm not even joking. Like, you need to go. I've already shopped from him because it's that good of stuff. I know many people that I know that are over there shopping and buying some of this stuff from him because it's that good.
It's definitely good resale values, or even collectors. I mean, it's cool stuff. And again, we're in the profit on this buy, so I don't need to maximize every dollar out of each item. Got to move a lot of it. There's still a ton of stuff left to move, so it's going well. Yeah.
And you said Star Wars is coming up this week, right after this week. So this drops.
2 days. Yep.
All right. Yep. So Star Wars is coming up, you guys, and it's going to be older stuff. I'm telling you, it's going to be older.
Yeah, it's some dead stock. It's all 70s, 80s stuff.
Oh yeah. Man, you're killing me, but it's awesome. All right, guys, we have a topic that we're going to go into that we don't know a whole lot about. Ray got an email. So if it's not true, you can blame Ray. He dropped his phone. He doesn't have the email in his hand anymore. No.
Sorry, guys.
No, we just kind of verified it's true. I don't sell on Mercari, but there's some things that are coming out from Mercari. I'm going to ask Chad about this. Let me go back to the fashion exchange that Mercari is offering. Let's see if Chad knows about Mercari's fashion exchange thing that they're doing that's running. Hey, Chad. So my friend just got an email from the selling platform Mercari that says they are offering a fashion exchange program for items that are listed for under $100. Do you know about that? It's just running October into November. Do you know about that? And what do you know about that?
Got it. So Mercari's fashion exchange program is happening from mid-October to late November 2025. Essentially, if you have eligible shoes or bags priced at $100 or less, you can trade them in and get Mercari credit. It's a neat way to refresh your closet.
Now, does this have anything to do with like buying something off of Mercari and then returning it to Mercari, and then the seller doesn't have to worry about the return?
Yeah, it's a bit different from the typical return process. The fashion exchange program is more about trading in your items for credit rather than returning them for a refund. So sellers typically don't have to worry about the return logistics or refunding the buyer. Instead, it's more of a streamlined exchange. So it's kind of like a win-win for both sides.
All right, I have to ask one more question because can I just pull anything from my closet that's worth that kind of money and do that as well?
Absolutely. As long as the item meets the criteria, like being a fashion item such as shoes or bags and priced around that $100 mark, you can definitely participate. Just make sure.
All right, Chad, that's enough. Those are the main questions I had to ask on it. Because Ray, break down the email was very suggestive towards returns, right? Like it had a step-by-step on returning items, right?
Yeah, like it was weird. It was a really step-by-step process of telling the buyers exactly how to do this, and which it's kind of, I don't know, it's just weird. Like they're telling them, hey, if you want to, you get it in, you buy it, you get it in, you try it on. If you don't like it, next thing you do,
it even says if it stinks, right? It says if it stinks.
Really? I didn't.
Yeah.
It says something about a poop factory, right? In there, right?
Yeah.
So Ray's screwed. Ray, he already done, man. The poop factory is doing.
Oh man.
You know, it's
I'm
still
gonna have to
confusing.
avoid my flea market.
Yeah. You know, it's still confusing to me, and I don't. It doesn't. It's not clear if the item goes back to the seller, or does it just go back to Mercari? And almost like Mercari is, I guess, like a post office insurance claim. Like I assume those items that the post office gets back, they try to recoup some money down the road from those items. I assume. I wonder if Mercari is doing something like that. I don't know.
They have to, right? Like because
Yeah.
all right, I'm gonna read the steps, and this is where it feels like and I agree with Ray, they're encouraging returns. It's like they're telling you to shop on Mercari, and then all right, I'm just gonna read it. So step 1, look for fashion exchange label on the shoes or handbags priced. So it's a pop-up. Look for that on the listing, is what it's saying to do, right? Shop eligible items. Then try it at home. If it doesn't fit or feel right or smells, if it stinks, you can exchange it. Just don't rate the transaction. So it's telling you to exchange it, something you bought off of Mercari, and it stinks. It's literally telling you if you bought it off of Mercari and this smells like the poop factory, to exchange it. It says to request a return through our help center in order to start the exchange process. Again, first it told you to buy it, then it said it stinks. Now it's telling you to return it. And then the step 4 is use the return label we send you. Once processed, you'll get Mercari credit valid for 30 days. And then also in there it says, not in this step by step, but it also says that the seller isn't going to have to give any money back, isn't going to get any kind of feedback against them or anything. So Mercari's handling it all, but it's still, the big thing is they're encouraging this kind of activity. Is crazy, right?
Yeah. I mean, they use the word return.
Yeah, they tell you how to start it.
I mean, what is it? An exchange or a return? That's what I'm confused.
Yeah.
So that's what I wanted to ask Chad. That, like, I guess you can also, eligible items that you own that you didn't buy off from Mercari, you can get credit as well. So like could I go through my entire eBay store of clothing and send it in Mercari and get credit and then buy toys off of Mercari? Can I do that?
I don't think it meant that. I think maybe Chad misunderstood you when you were saying that, because I when they were saying look for that pop up on the screen, it's like I assume it's an item you had to buy through Mercari. I mean,
right. Yeah, that makes sense, because that's where I'm confused, and I agree. Yeah. Like, people would be exchanging their entire inventory that's worth less than $100 for credit, and then buying stuff that they want. Maybe not their entire inventory, but
I understand what Mercari's trying to do. They're just trying to like make the people more likely to click that buy button, since they can return it or exchange it if they want to, and maybe they'll come back again after that sequence is over. But I know we talked offline or on Instagram in our chat about like it's definitely encouraging people to return.
Yeah.
It's a dangerous game to like be training people to try to do this once this promotion's over.
The good thing I want to say about this though is that it doesn't say that there's any change to the rating system of like how long the buyer has to rate the seller. So because once that buyer rates the seller, it's game over. They can't return it or exchange anyway, but it's only 3 days. So they had 3 days to borrow that item no matter what. So that is the good thing.
Yeah.
And it's not like on eBay, they can borrow it for,
Right.
30 days, whatever.
Just long enough to go to a convention and get an autograph. Just long enough. No, I feel like I think Macari's made mistakes in the past. They did that thing where they changed their fees and stuff. And I call it like they're trying to play in the big leagues, but they're not even high school level. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and like, like that's a big corporate companies thing that's something Amazon would do because they print money over at Amazon. Like, they don't care. Like, they don't care about us small sellers because they are making a fortune, returns, whatever. They'll sell it to us in a pallet. They don't care.
Yeah.
And that's my big take on it is like, I don't like putting a lot of, I definitely don't like it. If there's something I could sign a petition, I'm all board. I don't like it, but trying to fight it is like, but the thing that's confusing is that it's Mercari. Like if it was a bigger company, I would be like, okay, well, that's just a corporate company with a ton of money doing what they do because they don't, they're not worried about what I'm doing over here in my basement selling toys off my shelf.
Yeah.
They're volume sellers. They are strictly volume sellers. But Mercari, that's just weird.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if part of it is like getting your name out there, like getting your name said anywhere is like positive PR. Like a lot of the things they've done, a lot of people talk about, like the whole fee structure and the shipping stuff they did. So people are talking about it. So I guess maybe it's the whole premise.
I agree. I think it could be possibly like a publicity stunt type thing. I mean, you kind of have to do that to compete with eBay and other platforms that just are notorious for being better. That's where all the other buyers are. So, I mean, it's no different. Like because when Depop did their whole thing of they don't have fees anymore, you know what I mean? Mercari tried that for a little bit. It didn't work out.
And since it's a credit, are they losing money? Help me break this down. It's a credit that you have to spend on Mercari. So are they actually losing money? How?
I'm sure they would be. Other than the fees they're getting on the second transaction, they're still paying out the buyer on the first transaction.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they have to give that credit, and then basically, when they use that credit to buy something, the person that is selling is getting that money for free from that originated from Mercari, right? So it's still Mercari losing money, right? That doesn't make any. And what are they doing with the item? Keith made a great. What are they doing with the item?
Yeah, because it's. I don't think it's gone back to the seller because it doesn't really say that, right? I mean,
no.
But yeah, they probably have their own account, like not really Mercari, but a different seller on Mercari. You're gonna see your stuff sold by that account soon enough.
What the world really wants to know is Dan and the man over there buying size 10 women's UFAs? What were they called? UFAs? Is that what they were?
It might have been. Yeah, something like that.
Those slides that he wears.
Yeah.
Dan, listen, you can get UFAs for free for 3 days. And if they stink, you can send them back. They only have a 3-day return policy, huh?
Yeah. I love it though, because I don't have to worry about returns. I mean, Poshmark is the same thing. Depop is the same thing. I mean, it's really great that I don't think I've ever had any returns on any of those platforms.
I don't think
that is great.
Sales.
Yeah.
I sold a couple things on Mercari back in the day. I've never had a sale on Poshmark.
I just checked. I didn't realize I still had listings on Mercari, but I do. But I had to check closer because I think most of the stuff is already sold, to be honest.
Well,
Oh,
that's a great segue into.
Oh, that's true. That's
Do you
true.
want to? Do we still have any? Do you have anything else on Mercari? On the, let us know in the comments what you guys think about that and encouraging that return stuff. I think it's just so it's frustrating, but like I can't spend a lot of energy on it. And that's I told Ray that I have a controversial take on it, and that's my take is like I just can't spend. I'll get in my brain is always, and I'll just go crazy and I'll end up getting angry and stuff. So I just can't put energy into it because it feels pointless most of the time. It just feels like there's nothing I can do about it. Macari's gonna do it. It's gonna either, hey, you got rid of
Sorry, I realized.
we didn't do the draft yet, Keith. We didn't draft
yeah.
anything.
Yeah, that was my Wednesday Night Live background that I forgot to take off. We're
Hey,
dropping
that's a good
phones,
promotion.
wrong background.
If you're
Yeah.
listening on Instagram or Spotify, not Instagram, Spotify, Keith had his other channels backdrop still up, and we're
Yeah.
supposed to do a draft with that backdrop.
Yeah.
Dang it.
man.
We're gonna start a feud over that, Keith.
Look,
That's
we're
be
gonna
our
draft
feud.
our
Yep.
reselling platforms like from best to worst.
Oh, it's not bad.
Let's
I like that.
draft the worst. What was that again? Sorry, Ray.
We're gonna draft the reselling platforms.
And we can only
Like,
sell
what's
on
the best and
whatever
worst?
you
I mean-
draft. You can only list on that platform.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
Oh man, that'd be crazy. Can you imagine
Yeah.
we do that and then you have to list on there for like that's the only place you can list for a
Yeah.
couple of days or something.
Then there's only one. I can tell you who I'm
You better
not.
have
drafting.
eBay.
Yeah.
Whoever
That
has eBay
first
wins.
pick is big. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we should just exclude them. Yeah, you can still list. No, you're right, Ray. Yeah, I mean, literally, when we spin the wheel to see who picks first, that's the winner. I mean, it's not
Yeah.
even worth
Yeah.
drafting the rest.
Yeah.
Oh, a segue into something. I'm guessing it happened to one of you guys because we kind of talked in our chat, and somebody lost an item that they sold. What happened here, folks?
Oh yeah. I mean, I do that often, unfortunately.
You do that often?
Yeah. I think mainly for me, it's like a lot of times it's after a show. Like I was at the National, and like I try to like photograph every item when I sell it, right? Or write it down and delist it while I'm at the show. But it's busy. You forget. My dad might be selling stuff when I'm not in the booth. So in undoubtedly after the show, I sell something and I'm looking around. It's not where it's supposed to be. I know it's
on
gone.
Etsy still, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
still on
eBay
Etsy.
or Etsy, either way. Yeah. So what I do, and I've talked about this before on my other podcast, but you lose a little bit of money doing this, but I feel it's a good thing for customers. But I happened to me last week. What I did was I sold a twins pennant that could not find, and so I took another twins button and sent it to that person right through the eBay shipping pro. I used the pirate ship and uploaded the tracking, sent the buyer a message saying, sorry, I can't find this item. My apologies. I explained probably what happened. And then I told them I sent you a free twins item, and then I fully refund them. And I had this happen like 6 months ago. Usually people are very understanding, or they appreciate that free item, and you're losing a little bit of money with the shipping and the item, but it's a cheap piece.
But
Usually
you already
like
sold
sending
the
it.
item at a pop-up, so
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You already made money. But I had one person like leave me negative feedback saying, I didn't even order this. They must not have read any of the messages I sent them. And where it's beneficial is for me as a seller is at that point, the guy left negative feedback and I went to have the feedback removed and saying, look, tracking shows it was delivered. Even though it was not what they bought, still tracking showed it was delivered. eBay took it right off. So so that's probably not totally a great thing to do, but it worked
I
out.
see you working now. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. You like that?
That's
So-
you told a fib.
Well,
He-
not really. It's tracking. I
Oh, it
didn't do
was
it.
delivered.
Yeah,
It just
was that
you
it?
didn't say what item. All right.
Yeah. I didn't say that particular item. Something was delivered. So
It doesn't happen to me a lot. I'm
Yeah.
like this. I'm a paranoid. So like if I go to, I don't do a lot of live sales, but the pop-ups I've done, I took everything off of eBay before I took it there.
Oh, wow.
I ended them all. You can easily go back and relist them when you get
Yeah.
back, right? Whatever's still left. So that's the way I approached it. And it's only clothing that I've ever done that with. The most recent thing I've had though is I got to be more careful with the Dibdit stuff that I'm selling. I take some stuff from my inventory and then I sell on Dibdit, and I think just recently I did that, and for some reason I messed up taking it off of eBay. I sold on Dibdit, and I knew the second that it sold, I was like, I just sold that on Dibdit. What the heck?
Yeah.
So it was a you guys might have, it was a, what was it, a jacket. It was like a Pendleton. It wasn't Pendleton, it was a different brand, but it was like a sweater jacket thing, and it fit me too. I wore it during the Dibdit. I was dancing around and it was fun. Yeah, so that one, I'm gonna take more heat than Keith what I did on that one, because again, this first time this happened in a long time, and I don't know what to do. I don't know. So you know what I did? I created a label, and it went in the trash.
Oh,
And I'm gonna get a lot of heat. I'm gonna get, but you know, this is not something I do often, like, because it doesn't happen to me hardly ever. Went in the trash, and then when I got the message, I never got my item. I dropped this off, so I told a lie.
So that works too, but you still lose the shipping, right? Like I did too.
When
so
I bought the label, it was definitely a 3 ounce.
Yeah. Oh, so the lowest route you could go.
3 ounce. Ground advantage. I don't recommend doing it. Again, it's something I don't, and I gave them a full refund and totally apologized for what happened, and that it was, lost. I must have either lost it on the way to the post office or something. I never got. I didn't blame the post office. I said, I thought I dropped this off. I don't know if I dropped it between the seats or whatever. I can't find it, is what I told them. And then I gave them a full refund.
I mean, I've had that happen where I dropped something between the seat or something,
Yeah, I have for sure.
Yeah.
Like 2 weeks later, I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know this was in here.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it happens. I've done that too.
So that's the approach I took. I know it's not the best, most honest approach, but if I was like Keith and I was selling everything on Etsy that I sold at a pop-up the week before, and it was happening to me regularly, then I would have to come up with a better plan.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to get some heat for mine because basically, I mean, it's definitely not going to be as much heat as yours, Jimmy, I don't think.
Should I go back and edit that?
Maybe. We might have to this week.
I'm taking heat too, I think.
There's been times where I know I won't find an item because I did double sell it or something. And a lot of times I'll just say I moved inventory and I apologize them. Or I'll say something like that I'll say, when I find it, I'm going to refund you for now. But when I find it, I'll either ship it to you for free or you can rebuy it at a discount, knowing that I'm never going to find the item.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm hanging my hat on the fact that I don't remember the last time it happened. It literally happened for the first time in it feels like over a year, and I panicked and I didn't know what to do. And I was like, a little bit of a crazy ruckus down here in the basement. Because we do an inventory yearly. We keep track of everything pretty dang well. We don't do a lot of other, Dibdit's the only wild card that, not blaming Dibdit, wild card that we recently added that created that issue for us. So as far as us not keeping track of stuff as well as we should, which is usually not an issue for me. I kind of have I don't have OCD or anything, but I'm real stickler. Like, I don't like that when that happens type thing.
That's smart. I've never done an inventory. It's like, there were some items that, like, I sold an item recently. I talked about it in my Mrs. Flips video that I had that item listed for 2009 days and it sold. And that was like long before I ever had an inventory system. Thankfully, I knew right where that was. But like, there's older items. Like I'm not sure I have no idea where they're going to be.
We'll be doing ours in December. We do it.
Nice.
We do it at the end of every year. And Sonia helps me. She's awesome. She's great. You find so much stuff that's not listed.
Oh yeah.
More than finding stuff that's on eBay. That's on eBay that you don't have. That But I have a ton of stuff every time we do it that like either when I was listing it, it wasn't worth a lot and I decided not to list it, or whatever. I'll fill up a full tub full of stuff that's not listed, and it's almost like sourcing.
Oh yeah. No, it happens a lot where I take photographs of everything at once and then I file it away in a box, and sometimes I never edit those photos, right?
Yeah.
So that happens.
I
Yeah.
remember one year I had went to a yard sale and I bought like 5 of these. They were Bluetooth micrometers for a refrigeration recovery system, right? They were worth like $180 a piece. And I thought I had sold them all. And that was like the best bonus one ever. I was going through that tub and there was one sitting in there. I was like, what? And I was like, and I went and checked and there were none listed, so that they were all 5 had sold.
That label was probably in the trash can. That label was probably in the trash can for that one.
The label went in the trash can for that one. That's right.
You know what? I'll take a little more heat. One thing I didn't say that I do in my message I said to the buyer, I do occasionally say this item might have been stolen from me at a show that I vended at. I mean, maybe it was. I don't know. I say maybe, but a little victim card there too.
Oh man.
Right?
Yeah, hey, we can play the victim card because they play the victim card.
Absolutely.
Well,
man, this is like
I want to say my offer to ship the item for free to the buyer later on backfired one time though. I do want to say that.
Oh, really?
For like every other week for the next 3 months, they messaged me.
Oh man!
Did you find it yet? And then they kept threatening to leave negative feedback.
Oh man,
that's great.
It was a nightmare.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
I had to block a couple of people this week because they kept messaging me, man. I'm like, I don't remember the one. Oh, I blocked the guy with the mask. That could be a segue. The guy that bought a mask from me. He bought a Halloween mask. It was an old man mask, and I know that sucker was in good condition and it was clean. And he said some along lines of he sent me a message saying he wasn't happy that this was dirty and that the mouth didn't move like it said in the description. And I was like, the mouth didn't move like it said in the description. So I go to my go-to kind. I always like to try to call bluffs if they're fishing for a partial refund. Is what I felt like. I can't confirm that, but you can return it if you don't want. Partial pity. There you go. That's partial pity refund. Yeah. I said, if you don't like it, that's fine. You can return it. I'll give you a full refund. And then I went to the description. And I was like, where did I say the mouth moved? And I triple checked. And I was like, I never said that the mouth on this thing moved. So I messaged him back and I was like, I went back and looked at the description. I didn't see where I put that the mouth moved. And then the guy said, like, oh, that must have been from the other website I was on, the manufacturer's website where they said the mouth moves. I'm like, okay, well, I never said that's what you want me about. And then he was looking at a modern manufacturer. Mine was a vintage manufacturer that made my mask. It wasn't even the same manufacturer. So I said, I left it with like, you can return it if you want, whatever. And then I blocked him. Like, we're done.
Yeah. Can you, I had a similar situation. Can they message you? Even there's still an open transaction, right? Can they message you at that point still?
I don't think so.
Huh. Because I did the same thing and then I never got any more messages. I was surprised I didn't hear back, but maybe they can't.
Yeah, I feel like they changed that because I used to get that too. And now I don't get like any messages anymore since I blocked them. I had to complain to eBay once, like, hey, they're not supposed to be messaging me anymore. They're harassing me.
Yeah.
And I had to get them involved and they finally got it sorted out before.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I think I can confirm that with the other person that I blocked because that was another person I blocked because their address was wrong on the item I shipped out to them. And I got it back, returned to sender because their address was bad. It was their old address, and they confirmed that. And then they wanted me to ship it out to them again for free. And I was like, not only am I not shipping it out to you for free, but I'm also taking the original shipping from you. Like, you're not getting that refunded. And if you want it, you have to buy it again and pay for shipping again. And they were not happy. And so I was like, this transaction's over. You put in the wrong address. I'm sorry, but like if you want it, and they were getting upset. I was like, look, I'm not going to that's money out of my pocket for no reason whatsoever. Like, I'm just the person that was selling it, and you put in the wrong address, and I bought a label that was bad, and now I have to buy. No, so we're done here. And then they kind of got mad. I was like, we're done.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact, well, there was a transaction with them, so as far as they bought it, and then never got to them, and I never got another message from them. And I know they wanted to message me back with the last message I sent to them, like, I sent a refund, and we're done here.
Yeah.
So
that's
pretty
that's
sure
good if
they're
that's
no
the case.
longer able to send messages after you block them. I don't know. Speaking of a dirty mask, and that's a topic that we wanted to get into as well, because I know that mask was clean, super clean, right? And I everything in my inventory goes to if it needs to be cleaned, it goes over to my testing cleaning area, and I definitely clean stuff. But we're gonna kind of talk about that. Ray's got the poop factory he's got to deal with. He's got odors that he's got to deal with.
Oh man.
We're gonna talk a little bit about cleaning items, the processes. We wanted to talk to Dan in Demand about it. He totally ignored it. He totally ignored the question.
I know. He kept ducking on the question.
I think he was on a mission to make sure that this was not a reselling podcast last week. You want to talk about elephants falling off of trailers, gorillas breaking glass. You want to talk about
Stick lady, yeah.
And you want to talk about the stick lady, yeah, the stick lady. I heard there's murder. So yeah, Keith, you deal with a lot of older items. Can you go into some of the things that you clean? What do you clean everything? Do you let some stuff go without a lot of attention?
Yeah, I definitely don't clean everything. And there's certain items that buyers like a certain patina. They want a certain like aged look, like antique trophies, for example. I don't clean all.
Delve word patina.
Yeah, patina. Yeah, patina.
I might use that one a little
Yeah,
bit.
that's when you have a dirty item. You just say it has a lovely patina. That's a little aging. You just
less work.
Yeah, but certain items I do clean, and a couple of those items, baseball gloves. I have a glove here that I bought from Mojo Dojo, Josh over the Mojo Society.
Yep.
Yeah. So I bought a little bundle of gloves, and this glove I did clean. But pretty simple process I use for gloves. I'll first spray them down pretty aggressively with a leather cleaner, and I can actually pull up the image of it. Let me share my screen.
So
I use this stuff. It's Weeman's leather cleaner. You would use it on furniture.
Okay.
So I use that.
I have some similar to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
These are on my boots.
Yep. So I spray it down really well with that. Wipe that with a sponge. Get that. That takes a lot of the surface dirt off. Let that dry.
You spray it down good, because I mean it's not going to affect it at all.
No, especially vintage gloves. I mean, I don't really do this with modern gloves, but I assume you still could. And so I do that. That's the first step. The second step, and if you're ever in my warehouse and you see a giant tub of Vaseline,
whoa. All right. Easy, Diddy. Easy, Diddy.
I know. What that is for vintage baseball gloves. Just put that out there. Hear that, Mrs. Flips? Baseball gloves. So then I lather them up really nice with Vaseline.
It's going to be a great thumbnail of Keith on trial. The Diddy trial. Yeah.
It was for a baseball glove.
Giant, I mean, it's gonna be like the most exaggerated 100-gallon, 1,000-gallon jar of Vaseline.
Yep. Yeah. So I always when everyone's coming into the warehouse, I tuck that away because I don't want people don't know I'm doing Vaseline with gloves, right? So but yeah, so I lather it up nice with nice coating of Vaseline. Then I buff that off with one of those like microfiber.
Sorry, I'm a child.
That's all right. No, I knew it would be a controversial one.
Vaseline and buffing off, and where are we going with this?
Well,
maybe hold the glove up while you're talking about.
Oh, that's true. I should have done that. Yeah. So I actually put the glove on like I'm a player, right? I wear it and I'm buffing the leather with the Vaseline. There we go. So that's how it does. It really brings out the natural sheen, nice glow to the leather, softens it. That's the way to handle an old leather.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. What does the Vaseline do again?
It
puts
just
it on its skin.
it softens the leather. Yeah, it puts it on the skin, or else it gets the hose again. Is that the that's lotion? That's not Vaseline.
Oh.
But no, it's it just brings out a nice the glow of the leather, softens the leather. Yeah, gives it a nice shine, especially when you buff it. You don't want to leave too much on there, like a greasy kind of film. But I mean, I could buy a glove on eBay, take that simple process, which takes a minute, and put it back on eBay for like 3 times the price, and it just looks a lot better.
Do a lot of that?
I don't, because I have like 200 gloves in my warehouse that I have to clean. So, but yeah.
Didn't you work at Play It Again Vaseline before, Ray, or Play It Again Sports?
No, I worked at Dick's Sporting Goods.
Okay. Oh, really? Oh, really?
They're close enough.
Good one, Ray. Do they have Vaseline over there at Dick's?
There's a reason why I say Sporting Goods afterward.
There you go.
I have to say the full name because everybody gives me a hard time.
I didn't think he worked at Dick's. I think John Cincinnati Picker worked at Play It Again Sports.
You worked at Play It Again?
No, I think Cincinnati Picker did. I think John worked at Play. Yeah,
my brother used to work at Play It Again Sports.
Oh, did he? Seemed a cool job.
I was just wondering if they had a vat of Vaseline as well.
I don't know. They're probably better. Like for modern gloves, there's different glove oils, and I'm sure Dick's sells.
Yeah. Well, we provided some kind of service like that you could pay for, but I don't know. I never you had to be working in the team sports area to be able to do that. I was up front.
Okay. Yeah.
So
they have that fancy machine that like pounds the glove too. I've seen that up front.
Yeah. I'm never gonna look at Keith the same. That's the only problem here.
I mean, you could always because I know what we used to do when I was younger was I think my dad used to put some kind of oil on the glove and then put a baseball and wrap it around or whatever with rubber bands and put it in the oven. Like
they use mink oil, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I used to you bake your mitt.
Thanksgiving different at your house.
Hey, we had to get rid of the poop factory smell.
There you go.
So let me ask you, if you found what year is that glove from?
This is a 40s glove.
If you found a 40s glove for some reason was new old stock, it was still brand new, would you break it in or would you sell it as new old stock?
I wouldn't do it. I mean, I have a lot of new old stock gloves like in the box, and I will say some I will clean. Sometimes they get a little mildewy toning to the leather, even if they're still in the box and unused. So I'll still take that same process for them. But others, if they're in nice shape, I don't touch. So yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, if you do anything like that to it, could you still? I don't know if you could get away with it. Like say like new open box. I don't know.
See, but back then it was so different, right? Like.
Yeah, the boxes were never sealed anyway, so they would just have a lid on them. So I just say new, complete with box. A baseball glove box. I've sell a lot of them. The box is worth a lot more than the glove.
I saw that on one of your videos. Yeah.
Yep. So that's one thing to look out for in general for sports memorabilia. But
I think that leans more into definitely collectibles. You can't do that with like a collectible for sure. Like I have this G.I. Joe vehicle over here. Let's see this one right down here. It's sealed in the box. There's no way in heck that I can break that seal.
Yeah.
There's no reason to ever do it. It hurts the value a lot. So that's definitely, Ray. That sucker's not going to be ever broken as long as I own it. The seal will not be broken on that. But I want to say that because like electronics, I've sold multiple electronics that like DVD, VCR combos, a record, old record player, stereos that were still in the box. Most of those have that clear tape on both sides, stuff from the 90s or early 2000s. I will inspect it first. I will open it up, make sure that it's brand new and still great condition and never been used in there. And then I will reseal it and I will still call it brand new because I'm not taking that risk of someone open it up before and did the same thing I did and
Yeah.
took it out and put a
Yeah.
everybody do it your own way, but I
Yeah.
recommend doing it. It gives you a peace of mind that I'm telling you is worth it. I've never ever had one return when I did that.
Yeah,
Makes
I mean,
sense.
'cause
I
it could be
know-
a box full of bricks in there. Like,
Right. I know when they open that box what they're going to find. And it's just
Yeah.
worth it to me. And it has not decreased what I list it for or what I've sold them for. This is on vintage items, older electronics, not new electronics. I won't do that with. But like an older, like DVD combos from the early 2000s or stereos from the 90s that I've sold. I've definitely done that.
You just like
yeah.
reseal it with new tape? Is that what
Yeah,
like
just
regular
put
clear tape?
clear tape right back over it.
Okay.
You gotta OTY it and use tape that does not leave fingerprints.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so that would be a scenario where I will do that, Ray. 100% I will do that. Because it's just that peace of mind is so helps so much. Like you're not worried about, man, I sold that and I know I thought it was new sealed, but man, what if it's not what's in there? You know, because people do that. They buy an electronic, they put the one that they replaced it with, they put it in the box and they store it away for some reason. Maybe they decided to tape it closed and you thought it was still sealed and all that. So yeah, I don't know.
It's true.
Yeah, no, it's smart. Yeah, because you never know. You never know what. Maybe somebody returned it to the store a decade ago and pulled the switcheroo on Costco or whatever. So
right,
yeah.
I'm just saying. Again, do it how you want, but I recommend maybe just. So, Ray, is there anything that you clean regularly, like I clean action figures?
So I do want to say that it's some there. I get a lot of autographs all the time, like whether it's like
Requests,
a helmet.
autograph requests.
Yeah, yes. Send them in. I'll sign autographs. No, like if I get like a helmet, if I get like photos and they're inscribed, a lot of people don't notice, but I will, if they're inscribed to somebody, obviously they're worth more without the inscription.
Smart.
There's certain items that I've wiped the inscription off. Or the autograph. Say if the autograph wasn't really worth anything and the item itself was worth more.
Yep, I've done that.
Like like a lot of helmets and stuff like that. A lot of times, like I mean, it could be somebody that played 3 games for a team and
yes,
the helmet's
how many
worth
times
more.
do you see someone at a sporting event asking that third string guy to sign something that's worth more money than if it was when before he signed it?
Oh yeah.
Practice squad.
Yeah. No, that's, I actually did that on a really rare sports specialty hat that I found. It was the old Coyotes logo.
Okay.
Phoenix Coyotes, and it had the really cool. I think it was the shadow boxed one or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And it still had the tag on it, new with tags, and the autograph was up here, and it was in Sharpie. I got that sucker out though, and you couldn't even tell that it was ever there.
That's
awesome.
impressive.
Some no-name hockey player. Like I researched it, and it wasn't anybody good.
How did you figure out that technique? Is that a Chernock special?
That was
technique?
a lot of Dawn and meticulous little with a toothbrush, and it's been years ago. That's back when I was still in Colorado. But that's the main one that comes to mind that I was able to get that Sharpie signature out of the top of that. I had to end up cleaning the whole bill though to make sure it was the same cleanliness.
Yeah.
So I cleaned the whole top of the bill because there was one spot in the middle that was cleaner than the rest.
Yeah.
So I ended up having to work the whole top of the bill. It looked great though when it was done. You couldn't tell that I had done that. And I mean,
awesome.
it ended up being well over $100 hat with that new with tags.
Yeah.
Dead stock. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean,
that's awesome. Yeah, because that's probably one of the more difficult items to do something like that with to wipe off the signature or anything like that. I mean, I don't know. I see a lot of people complain about, for instance, Sharpie, like the price written on tags when you go to Goodwill, like on the actual inner tag, on a collar tag or whatever, on a shirt or something. Yeah. And people always complain, oh, why is Goodwill have to put these prices on there? And it's like they don't know. And I wouldn't even know where to start to get that out. Have you guys ever had to get like the price like that off of a tag?
They write actually on the clothing tag?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never seen that
They
before.
do that around here. I don't know what it is. There's a couple locations. I just avoid those locations.
I mean, it usually take. I know I had to use some alcohol on that hat too, to get it to break up.
But I don't want the size tag to.
Yeah, you'll wipe that off. That's the
Yeah.
difference, right? You'll
Yeah.
take that off. Yeah.
So
I don't know.
if anybody has any tips for that, because I don't know if there is, but there's got to be something.
Have you tried using a dry erase? That's a trick that works on like if I have a blister pack that has Sharpie on it, it doesn't wipe off very easily all the way.
Yeah,
If you go over it with a dry erase and
on
then
like on a
help-
solid item, but I'm saying like because the tag I'm saying that collar tag.
Oh,
like
like
the
I
price
thought you were
tag.
talking about the nylon tag. Like the
Yeah, well,
hanging-
yeah, but it's still like a fabric. You know what I mean?
It's not
Probably a similar technique that he used on his hat, maybe doing
Yeah,
Dawn and
probably just gentler.
Dawn
Yeah.
power wash is gonna be your best bet because that won't take everything, but it might not work as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I mean I use the dry erase markers on solid like there's when I used to
Right.
get autographs all the time in person, like from Ravens players or different celebrity stuff. I used to be one of those autograph hunters, like chasers and stuff. And a lot of times when they would personalize it on like depending on the material of the photo. So like some places you get photos printed at, it would be like a glossy or you get a matte. And the matte photos you would use the dry erase marker, but the matte photos you would use I'd use rubbing alcohol, but then the glossy photos I use a dry erase marker because already has that gloss.
Right. That probably works pretty good, right?
Yeah, that
sometimes you just had to hit it with that eraser and it comes right off, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That-
That's how blister packs
I use Goo Gone on my helmets. I'm saying it because I have
Goo
one,
Gone?
like right near me. Yeah.
You got a big vat of that too. That'd be cool if you have the 50-gallon drum of Goo Gone, and then Keith's got the Vaseline.
I should have went to the store and bought
You
like
got-
20 tubs of Vaseline just for the background and the shelf. That would have been a conversation starter back there, right?
I can see the thumbnail. Keith's just going to be sitting in a tub full
Oh,
of Vaseline.
He's gonna be soaking in a vat of Vaseline. Is a vat
with a
worth
baseball glove.
Yeah.
a baseball glove and a suspicious look on his face.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great. So Ray asked us a question the other day, and this is gonna be another controversial topic that we're gonna go into. But I love this topic. As you guys probably tell, we go from topic to topic, some stuff that we talk about throughout the week, and this one really intrigued me because it's a lot of us resellers have to deal with it, especially when they go to flea markets, but you deal with it at state sales, you deal with it at yard sales, you deal with it at the Goodwill bins, you can deal with it at Goodwill in a shopping cart. The question is, if you are digging through like a box or a shopping cart that the Goodwill just brought out, whatever, but specifically Ray asked this, if you're at the flea market and you're digging through a box, what's the etiquette? Is that your box for you to only dig through until you're done, and then the next person can look through it when you're done? Or can they walk up and start digging through it while you are digging through it? Ray, what happened?
So there's really two etiquette things that happen between the seller actually at the flea market and then the there was two other guys that was trying to buy stuff. So I'm just gonna dive into the story real quick or delve into the story. There we go. Basically, I go by this stand, and this woman, she's got a bunch of autographs out there, like some Walking Dead signed figures and like poster and Napoleon Dynamite autograph figure, and I had Guardians of the Galaxy signed figure that I ended up buying. But I was really trying to buy stuff that for myself. I wasn't really trying to even flip any of that. But even though her prices were pretty fair, but I collect a lot of Marvel autographs. And so I asked her, like after I paid for it, I asked, hey, do you have any more Marvel signatures? and she hadn't quite fully set up everything. She probably had, my guess, like 8 totes that she hadn't even gone through yet. And she said a lot of stuff in there was her daughter's. Anyway, she said she would hold anything if she found, she thinks she has some, she'd hold it for me. Well, I walk around, come back, she's not there. Walk around again, come back a second time, she's still not there. A third time I come back, and there's 2 guys looking at some, they're looking at the autographs that I left, and they end up buying a couple of them. Then they ask her the same question I asked.
Yeah.
Hey, do you know if you have any Marvel autographs? But they also ask for Star Wars stuff too. And she's like, yeah, I do somewhere. I just haven't gotten to it. They're like, oh, can you hold it for me? She's like, of course. Once I get to, I'm standing right there. I'm like, what is going on? Because I asked this first. So that's bad etiquette on the seller. I'm literally standing right there. She told them that she was going to give it to them. So now I'm waiting, and I'm like volunteering to unpack stuff and set up for her at this point, because I don't want those guys coming back and having a shot. So I'm like being really nice. I'm trying to help out. When she was really busy, there was a lot of people buying stuff from her. So I get why if she couldn't put everything out right away. But it got to the point, those guys come back and they immediately say, hey, since you haven't put everything out yet, can we go through the totes you haven't put out? Which I tried to ask. I skipped over that, but I asked that. I was like you. I tried to ask that. I don't know. She kept ignoring me. Even when I offered to help set up, she ignored me. So I don't know what I did. But
she watches the podcast.
Yeah, probably. But I tell you, as soon as she said, yeah, of course you can start going through totes, I basically went over to 2 totes.
Yep.
She had 2 totes on top of a lot of the totes she had open, they were all stacked on totes that were full. So I went over to 2 totes, started digging through them, basically claiming them, I guess. Right. Yeah. And so there's a tote here that I was just digging through. There's another tote on the other side of that. And then there's one of the guys. I'm digging, I'm not even expecting to find anything. I'm just like, I want the tote underneath. I don't want them to go through. I'm just going to take a gamble. Right. I just happened to go through that tote, the one that's on top though, that was already open. And there's a stack of photos and top loaders, and I pull them out, and I'm like, wow, holy crap, is this real? Do I got like a stack of signed photos here? And I start going through them, and I'm just like, have this big surprise wow face. Yes, they weren't signed. I put them back down. That guy could not reach over quick enough to go. He reached over because there was a tote in between him. He's reaching over, and I'm still going through that tote. He's reaching over, snatches those photos up as quick as can be, and then he realizes that they weren't any good.
Yeah.
And so he hurries up, puts them down, and then he starts going through the rest of the tote while I'm still going through it. I'm like, dude, like, I'm just thinking I need some space. Like this, it irritated me so much. I ended up moving to the next stand, which the woman running that stand and her brother was at the next stand. It was like a multi-family, like flea market type setup. And so I went over to him, and that's where I ended up finding those blow molds that I showed you guys, like the one I showed last week. But it's just crazy. Like, I am like, did that guy have any right to go through the tote while I was going through it?
No,
I want
definitely
Keith to go into this first, because Keith has way more our flea market experience than I have. Because I want to know, you guys have a way better idea what the flea market etiquette is than I do. So,
yeah, generally, if you're looking through a box, I mean, at least all the people I've encountered, that's the courtesy. Like they'll wait. Oh, can I look at it when you're done? Or they'll look at the box next to it, and then I've even had conversations with people like, oh, you want to swap spots now that you're done, and you can go through this box. So yeah, having 4 hands in one box is definitely not great etiquette at a flea market.
What about 4 hands and a Vaseline bat?
As long
No
as one's
comment
at
on
the
that.
baseball mitt.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I wanted to ask, what are your thoughts? Because hovering is a thing for sure. Like, if you're digging through that box, you could have 4 people, 5 people hovering over you. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I don't see anything wrong with hovering. I mean, I'll hover, but I'll fake look at things. You know, I'm not like just lingering over the person's shoulder, but yeah, I don't see anything wrong with hovering because you're just waiting for them to pass on an item or be,
Right.
you know, but
kind of trying to.
Yeah.
That's how I found some video games and some troll action figures. Those trolls that I found was I was hovering, and I saw the guy digging through the box. This was at flea market, and he put the box to the side. I was like I saw. I already knew they were in there, so they helped me out. Yeah. I guess is the devil's advocate a little bit, and it's not that I don't agree with what you guys are saying at all, because I 100% do. But my short experience that I've been to flea markets, what's it called to it? I go to a flea market. It opens at 5 a.m., but there's people out there at 4:30 with flashlights as people are unloading. Right.
Mm-hmm.
That etiquette, whether I like it or not, is every man for himself and digging through everything without asking permission. That's what they do. Yeah. I think they've kind of programmed the seller. They've kind of programmed the sellers. If you don't want that to happen, then don't start unloading that early and wait till things settle down. But for the most part, it's almost like this group of people that are just moving through the people that are unloading. And as they're unloading, there's not a lot of rules or etiquette. People are reaching over each other. People are looking like crazy. And there's definitely some sellers that are like, hey, you're gonna have to wait, but the ones that I'll say the ones that are looking to move stuff, they don't care. They're like, go for it.
I guess
so my point is,
it
might not be great etiquette, but it's kind of like ruthless out there, and that's and so
it gets like that here a little bit too, and I think, but that's like the environment. Like when you as a buyer go up to that type of seller that's unloaded, you already know how it's going. But when stuff is like set out and the woman's kind of like, or the seller is moving kind of on a slow side, and I've already done everything I could do to try to get into those other totes. And I want
to ask you this, because this again, I don't have a problem with the way you did it, Ray. I agree with you.
Yeah.
But I just want to ask these again as devil's advocate, because I already know the guys that wouldn't have asked what you were asking. They would have broke into those tubs without asking.
Yeah.
Did you consider doing that? Would you ever do that? Because that guy's out there. You know he is. I know you guys have seen him.
Yeah.
He's going to get into it. When I was in Tennessee, there was a kid doing that. Me and Mike, Death Paw Picker, we were shopping through toys. This kid, we're just the stuff they have out. This kid walks up, goes behind the tables, and starts digging through the tubs behind the tables that she hadn't even got to yet. She didn't say anything to him. So me and Mike, well, what's happening here? We just witnessed this kid start opening up tubs that aren't even out yet. So, like, there's that guy. He's out there. We know he's out there. Is that something you would ever do? Again, I'm just asking because and in that moment, did you ever think about just, you know what? Let's do it. Let's go.
I mean, I think because I was just trying to give her the benefit of the doubt and just like be respectful.
Yeah, you're trying to.
I asked, but there are times where I'm like, it's in like the heat of the moment. If they're bringing stuff out and they bring out like totes and they didn't lift off the lids or anything like that, yeah, like that. But the way, I think it was the way they were set up, because there was totes on top. It's like she didn't want anybody to go through them yet, and when I'm asked multiple times, it's like she just kind of just brushed it off. So I think that's what I got. Like, I mean, I will definitely just go through totes sometimes if people are bringing stuff out or whatever, just ask questions or be a little more aggressive, I guess, in that way. And I think
I want to ask the viewers, because, like, again, I know I've seen that. Again, when I say I know that guy, like, I've seen that guy multiple times, or that guy or gal.
Did you look at him in the mirror today?
I did, actually.
I think they're actually talking about that. I think we're talking about Death Pile Picker, to be honest. I didn't really.
Yeah.
Let's see what we're talking about, but it wasn't.
No, I want to know in the comments, like, are you that person that will do that? Are you that person doesn't wait, that will just start going through totes that look like they're part of what the person is bringing out? I'm just curious, because I know they're out there. I've seen it.
Yeah.
I haven't been to a lot of flea markets, and I've already seen enough to know that there's some stiff competition out there. There's some people that are.
It can definitely be like a dog eat dog world. And
Yeah.
that's just how it is sometimes. But I think me going to like at least the flea market I go to, I know the vendors. I know which ones you have to be like that at. I didn't get that vibe, and I think that's why,
Yeah.
I'm
asking the hard questions today, Ray. I'm asking the hard questions.
You did the courteous thing of asking, right? And once you ask and you don't get, they say no or they don't answer, then it's hard to make that leap to just start
she
digging.
dodged the question as much as Dan dodged the cleaning question last week.
In there. She just didn't want you in her Vaseline. I just don't get it. No, she for whatever reason she didn't want you digging through there. I mean,
it could even be one of those things where maybe there was stuff in there she didn't want to sell. You know what I mean? There's different things like that. Like what if, messed something up in there that was a little more fragile? Like there's reasons I understand. Like she didn't want me to go through it probably, but, and I think, and I did leave this out just a little bit. She may or may not have known those other guys a little more. Even though I talked about going to conventions, and I think I seen her at a convention around here, like a local convention that I've gone to, and they were kind of talking about it to her a little bit too. There was another person that showed up later on that was talking about it. So like they all, like, I don't know if it's because that's where she got everything. Nothing had a COA, and I had this whole feel. You know what I mean?
It reminds me because again, I'm asking a lot of these questions because I'm new to flea markets. I've probably been to 10 times. In Tennessee, we went to that one, and that kind of happened to me. Mike witnessed it. It was an American Girl doll. It was probably a $300 American Girl doll with all her stuff. The lady wanted $150. I didn't quite want to do the deal. I was thinking about it. This other guy walks up that he knew her. He walked up and she's like, Mike heard what they said. I'd have to ask Mike exactly what was said, but he told me, like, yeah, he sold it to her. And I had tried to ask her to come down from 150 and she wouldn't, by the way. She gave that guy a deal because she knew. She said something about you helped me the other morning setting up with something. And so, yeah, I'll give it to you for 100 or whatever. Mike Deathpile heard the exact what they said. So, yeah. That very well could be like maybe they helped her at like you said, a convention or something. And she was like, just like there was some trust built there or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a big part of flea markets, at least ones that I go to that I buy from the same dealers almost every time I go. And you build up that trust. Sometimes you'll just, certain dealers I know, I just pay the asking price. They're going to give me the best price they can do. Other people you negotiate with. And so like I said, maybe she had that relationship with these guys, and that was sort of hampering her from letting you dig in those boxes.
Yeah. I mean, I think I was just really mostly irritated because I asked, and then she just didn't even acknowledge that again or me again. And I can't believe I ended up buying some more stuff off of her after I bounced back and forth between her, I guess her brother or whoever, somebody she was related to next to her. I kept bouncing back between the stands, and I did buy more stuff off of her, but I kind of felt like I shouldn't even have bought this stuff because she just didn't even, keep a promise or whatever, do what she, said she was going to do. She was more than willing. If I wasn't there, it didn't matter. Even if I was there, she was going to give those guys that stuff before she was going to give it to me.
Yeah. So that sounds like there might have, like you said, there might have been they knew each other types based on the fact that the conversation that you overheard after she had the same conversation with you kind of leads me to think that maybe this makes me think of the worst thing that my worst experience like that ever was at an estate sale. It was an estate sale in Denver. They're always crowded, always a lot of people lined up, always a lot of people, in one room, not a lot of, a lot of people, 10 people in one small bedroom shopping all in the same spot. And there was tables set up all around, and there was stuff under the tables, and there was stuff on top of the tables. Well, I saw an old violin, and I don't mess with musical instruments that much, but I saw an older violin on the table towards the back Well, in front of that table was a lady digging through a box below that table. So the only way and it was in a corner, so the only way I could have got to that violin was to reach over her, right? I would have physically had to touch her because my body would have hit her to get to it. So I'm patiently hovering, waiting for her to get done. As I'm patiently waiting there behind her, some guy walks up, knocks into her, reaches over and grabs the violin that I'm waiting for. And I said so. I don't remember what I said, but I said something because you hit her. She looked at him like, what the heck, dude? And I was like, I guess, I said something along like being a gentleman or being courteous doesn't, isn't reward you at all these days. Like and he said something to me and him. I mean, it was like almost, let's go.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to get my butt kicked today, but I don't care. Let's go. I'm going to be in the hospital later, but I don't care. Let's do this.
Oh, man. I had a very similar episode of the show last weekend. Not a butt kicking. And it was actually not exactly the same. But I
put my money on you, Keith, not on me.
Oh, no.
I mean, did you see the thumbnail last night? He's gonna beat the crap out of the other guy.
on the can you put that background back up again, Keith? on the
Past That Picks podcast. Oh yeah. But yeah, I was at the paper show at a local like antique show I was set up at, and I went to this dealer had a game used Joe Sakic like Colorado Avalanche jersey that I saw earlier. Yeah, it was nice, but he was when I saw it the first time he wasn't in his booth, so I was waiting. I saw he was back in his booth. I went over, and and he knows me. He started talking to me. He's a talker, and I could not get a word in. And as he's talking to me, another guy comes up, grabs the jersey, and asks how much. Like I was talking in the middle of a conversation. I wanted to ask how much for the jersey was my first thing I was going to say. So the guy bought it.
They were teammates. They worked together on that.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
That's messed up, man.
So.
Oh, by the way, if you're still listening, this will be a real good test to see how many people hang out for an hour. Let us know what you're shipping.
Yeah. What do you guys packing?
Do that at the beginning of the show.
We haven't said right before we started hit record.
Keith reminded me. I'm trying to start a feud with Keith because we're finding out that all the other top podcasts they have a feud within their host. Kevin's always fighting with Dave and Carrie, and Dan and Mike are always going back and forth. So we have to have a feud. We can't get along so well. So I'm purposely doing that, Keith. So you'll get mad.
Okay.
So let us know what you're shipping.
It's probably what they did ship, right? Like by now they're probably done. They might be done their shipping.
Monday morning.
What did you ship?
People ship on Monday during the day, don't they?
Well, this late in the podcast, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
That's how many orders. Yeah.
Yeah, it just depends. Like I don't know.
They're done shipping. They've been done shipping.
What did you ship?
What did you already?
What are you shipping?
I'm a Tuesday shipper. You guys big Monday. I'm a Tuesday shipper. Is most of my shipping.
This time of year I ship Sunday night because I don't.
Oh, okay.
When we have on over a weekend when we have a lot going out, Sonia helps me. She's awesome. She's great. She knows it. She got a bit of an ego about it. No, she helps me ship. That's like her part-time gig that she, because in my household, eBay is the big breadwinner. She enjoys reselling and she wishes she could be full-time, just not quite there. But because eBay is the big breadwinner in my house, she makes sure to make sure that it stays that way. She helps me with things like that. So she helps me with the shipping. And so Sunday night, when we have that many orders going out, we ship on Sunday night. Because we got the big Dibbed It show coming up on Monday, and we can't let things get too kind of backed up and crazy. So, and she's awesome about it. She knows that, she's all for it because it does help our income a lot. So
Mrs. Flips helps me. I know Sonia's probably Mrs. Flips as well, but Mrs. Flips on the vintage sports side, she helps a lot.
Old.
Oh. Oh, sorry, Sonia.
Oh, sorry.
But she helps. She's my official pennant shipper. She ships most of the pennants now. I'll pull some of the orders and just put the pennants out for her, and I ship everything else. But awesome. Yeah, it's nice to have a helper.
Yeah, I don't have a helper when it comes to shipping, but my wife, she does she does help me like a little bit. Like I think this week, because my eBay's been struggling a little bit, so she's trying to keep me on the right track. So she actually made me like a whole schedule and like things I need to do every single day.
Oh boy.
This
You're
week
on
I
her
have a whole
schedule.
calendar, like a dry erase calendar. She wrote everything I need.
She puts stars up there and you do good.
We should put that. I want the background in the future, right? In one of those Raven
Now
photos.
I have another thumbnail. Dang it! I gotta get Ray up there putting a star on his calendar.
That's
and a
awesome.
happy face, and then a angry face.
Oh my God.
He's sorry.
It's nice to have accountability regardless.
No, if I get all my tasks done in a day, she promised me that we'll go get a Happy Meal from McDonald's.
That's good.
You guys are going to Chuck E. Cheese this week. That's great. I love that. I mean,
I just want to get my Happy Meal toy. That's all.
Yeah.
You got to get that toy, even though there's a man. Is that the worst? There's so many dang wasted Happy Meal toys in this world. That's the number one thing I think we know as resellers. How many tubs and tubs and tubs of Happy Meal toys have you seen? Good night.
Well, and then nowadays you got to stay on the trend of it's so short. I don't even mess with it, but you got like all the new Happy Meal toys that come out. You got to like buy them like right then and there.
Yeah, that's what Carry American Arbitrage does a lot of. When he sees something come out, a good Happy Meal toy, he goes out and he buys it. He does a video of him buying it sometime. Dave does that sometimes too, right?
Popcorn buckets, I guess.
Yeah,
popcorn,
too, right?
But that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Popcorn buckets.
Right now too, they got all these places are doing Halloween like buckets and the little Halloween trick or treat pails.
Oh yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah, I went to Wendy's and I actually looked it up because I got a regular Frosty. I didn't get. They're doing this Wednesday themed.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't like the Wednesday.
I didn't try it, but they give you the spoon. The spoon
actually, crazy.
Yeah. Even used it was selling like there was still sold comps on there. Like
what?
People were buying them up.
I used mine. I should have kept it. Yeah, it's a crazy spoon, right? What does it look like? It's the Wednesdays. It would be the Wednesday. Man, say that fast. Wednesday Wendy's spoon.
Yeah.
I was like, what am I trying to say? Did I already say Wendy's or did I already say Wednesday? My brain could not handle that.
What's the flavor of the Wednesday one?
It's like a berry. It's like a berry that's supposed to look like blood or whatever. Sauce on it, and they just it's not great. It's not great.
I think a lot of stuff isn't very good. It's just a gimmick.
But I mean, let's be honest. Wendy's Frosty. What are you really eating there? Like, do we have any idea what we're actually eating there? Doesn't quite taste like soft serve, and it doesn't quite taste like ice cream. So what exactly are we eating when we eat a? Nobody knows and nobody cares because
that's like any of the fast food chains. You don't know.
Heck yeah, man! Sign me up.
Even more so Taco Bell, right? Who knows what's in those wraps?
I know what.
I mean, that's.
Hey, I'm a big Taco Bell fan. All right.
I love Taco Bell.
Yeah.
I don't eat much fast food, but if I do, it's Taco Bell.
I don't need to know what's in there.
Did we just turn into leftovers talking about food?
I think we did.
Oh yeah, sorry. Dan's contagious.
I had some things I was going to say right there, but I like Mike. We just need a couple controversial things to say, and we are completed the. Speaking of those Happy Meal toys, today because we make context, and that's important. I'm moving to another topic, guys. I use the McDonald's toys as a transition. All right,
smooth, professional.
It was very smooth, wasn't it? Smooth criminal. So I made a contact. Man, it's been over a month ago, probably 2 months ago. This lady said, I asked her, any toys, old clothes, stuff from the 80s and 90s that. And she's like, well, I got my son's stuff, but I don't have it out today. But I'm probably gonna have it out at my next sale. So I was like, hey, here's my number. Let me know. Text me, whatever. So she texted me yesterday. Hey, I'm bringing out the clothes and the toys. If you want to come to the sale again, I'm having a sale. That was this morning. So I was at the sale. So that was the first sale I went to this morning. And this is where I struggle, and I don't know how to act and react when I roll up to that sale. And this is the first words out of her mouth. 35 pounds of Lincoln Logs here for me. Lincoln Logs. I'm like, oh my gosh. And then they're priced high. Like she has different bags of them, and they're like $15 and $20 for a bag of Lincoln Logs. And I'm like, and then she had a cool King Kong toy, $35. So I'm like, oh my gosh. So like, then the clothes are all just like button up, nothing good clothes. There's no graphic tees, no nothing sports, nothing like that. There was a decent Carhartt for like $30. So you're like there, and you're just like, I'm not buying anything. But how do you handle that? Like it's such a awkward.
I would have said there's better logs that are in my toilet.
I see better logs through my window when I look at the poop plant.
This is tough. So it's a private pick. Like it was like
it's
stuff
not really
you were
a
there.
private pick. It was a yard sale that she was having. She did say, "This is where it really sucks." She said, "You can come early. I'm starting at 10. Show up at 9:30. I'll let you shop first." And there's literally nothing that I want. It's Lincoln Logs. It's like those erector set things with the wooden wheels that there's a dollhouse. I did want the King Kong, but she wanted too much for it. It was literally priced more than what's worth on eBay. I don't even like that interaction just gets so awkward for me.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to be nice. What do you guys do? Like, how do you nicely say I don't want any of this crap?
Yeah, I mean that's tough. I don't think there is a super nice way to say it, but I mean, other than just I appreciate you letting me come early. None of this interests me.
Yeah,
but maybe down the road if you find this stuff and you can give an example of what you're looking for. But
but even at her prices, it was hard, right? Like because she had things priced high. I think she was trying to look stuff up, and it was just like even if she does find stuff, I guess if it was stuff that I want for my collection, I might be interested. But
what I'll usually say is, I mean, I'll just be polite. And I have a lot of stuff anyway. I do have a lot of stuff, so I'm not really necessarily lying, but I'll say that I just have a lot of stuff right now, and I'm just being very particular what I'm buying, and this just really isn't it for me, Yeah.
That's how we got to the King Kong, because I'm more into action figures. To me, G.I. Joe is kind of the generic term, just like Nintendo's the generic term for video games. Like, you could say, hey, do you have a Nintendo? How many times you say, you got any video games? Like, I always say like Nintendo. Oh yeah, and then they come out with an Xbox. And they'll say I got a Nintendo, and they come out with a PlayStation. So I use G.I. Joe as kind of the generic. You say G.I. Joe, and they'll go bring you Transformers. They'll go bring you He-Man. So I kind of went with that, and she's like, "Oh no, I don't." I have this I have this gorilla, this King Kong. And that's the only thing like that she had. It was a giant one though, but it still was not worth that. It was from like 1990 something. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, and there's other things you could have said. Like if it's larger, you could even just say that I'm just looking for even some stuff that's a little bit smaller because the shipping's going. If they know what you're doing, then
I don't know if she knew that I was a reseller. I think with the conversation that we had the first time was just what I was looking for. And so it kind of what sucked is I had my hopes up and I was hyped and I was there first. And also that there's not a lot of sales this time of year, so like I was just hoping to roll up and there'd be boxes of action figures and stuff, and there just wasn't. It was a bunch of
that stinks. Yeah, could have been awesome, right? That stinks. Yeah.
Have either of you guys ever bought something basically because the reason you bought all this stuff is just to get one item, but the rest of it was junk? Like that's and that's like the worst. And it's
the worst when they say they won't break it up, and you're like, it's like a poop factory with one diamond sitting in the middle of it, right? Like it's literally. That's my brain. That's the analogy my brain goes to. It's like it's a pile of poop with a diamond sitting on top. But you have to still buy the poop because you want the diamond.
I like buying the poop, which is a weird sentence. Because I think sometimes,
like you got vats of everything in your house. Oh,
Because I feel like you're not drawing attention to that one item you want, right? If you buy
you
all
were
of it,
using the analogy.
I was taking your
Okay.
metaphor and rolling with it, but
Sorry, I
it
took
didn't
it
sound right.
literally.
Well, I'm gonna say that as in time, which is I'm referring to toilet paper. You need a lot of toilet paper to go through all that poop.
Yeah.
Did you say
that's true.
toilet paper?
Huh?
Did you say toilet paper?
I don't think so. I said
I don't think
toilet
he
paper.
did.
I don't know.
I thought I heard turlet.
Turlet. It's a turdlet.
Sorry.
But you know what I mean? If there's like a great item in a box and it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know, like a $500 glove, and then there's like 30 gloves that are like
Man.
$10. Sometimes I just want to buy it all because you're not drawing your attention to that one great item, and they start looking up that item, and it's only, I don't mind doing a bulk buy for that reason at times.
Yeah, I mean, I did it by accident, but that whole pal was good. I did it by accident with that Jaws poster that I talked about. I think we talked about that before this. I kind of did it by accident. I mean but the whole pile was nothing but diamonds. Just happened to be one giant diamond in there that I didn't even know was in there. I'm trying to think of a good because I definitely have done that. Definitely, I think I kind of did that. No, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I can't think of a time where I purposely bought. I do it at the auction. Box lots at the auction.
Box lots are auction.
Sure.
Awesome, yeah.
That's a great example of that. We have our auction house and they do the box lots, and like for sure I've bought a box full of junk for one good item. Yeah.
I did it maybe 3 years ago. I bought like 500 baseball bats. They were all, 99% of the bats were all Nellie Fox, a player who played for the Chicago White Sox in the 50s. But I only wanted one bat in there. It was a Draper and Maynard ring bat from like the 1890s. So I bought 500 bats for like $500, sold the Draper and Maynard for $1,000. And the rest of those bats were pretty much a chunk of the bats I took to the auction house. I posted on Instagram. I took like 1,500 bats and consigned them. So a lot of them were from that original buy that I only bought for one bat.
Yeah, because I was going to say, what do you do with 500 Nellie Fox bats? I mean,
Firewood.
Yeah, I sold a lot of them in my antique shop because he's a local guy in Pennsylvania. So I sold a lot in the antique shop.
It's getting hot in here. Is that what he's saying?
What?
Didn't he sing "It's Getting"?
Oh, Nelly, yeah,
Nelly.
yeah.
Is that what he's saying?
We're not going to finish
that. You're right. Yeah, threw me off there. I didn't. Yeah, I thought it was all the firewood.
I'm not singing the rest of them.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. The lyrics. So, but yeah.
What was the name again? Nelly what? Furtado?
I'm a big Nelly Furtado fan. Fly like, is it Phrase a Bird? Phrase a Bird? Is that her song?
I'm not singing.
I'm like a bird. I fly away.
Fly away. Yeah.
Yeah. She's cool.
She does the one. Yeah, she does the one with what's his name too. Anyways, we're getting this name Nelly is just messing with my head.
Yeah.
I don't have anything else to talk about. What do you guys want to talk about?
I don't know. You're just about to turn it into reseller karaoke on here.
I'm like a bird. I only fly away.
Oh, but
I don't know. How's it go?
Speaking of flying away, a little segue to like international shipping. Maybe a little the Canadian mail strike. Yeah, I mean, I had somebody buy an item from me in Canada, a baseball actually, not this baseball. I'm always holding a baseball when I'm podcasting. But the guy bought a baseball and he said he wants to buy a bat as well, but he said, I want to wait and see if this baseball ever arrives because of this mail strike. If it does, then I'll buy the bat. So it's an interesting thing.
Canadian mail service is currently striking then.
I think so. Yeah. At least that's what you have over on the
you put it on the list and doesn't even know about it.
No, is it because it could have ended Keith?
Oh,
that's from listen, we've been skipping topics for 3 weeks because of Dan in Demand. Thanks a lot, Dan. And so no, I'm just joking. Dan, we love you. We had a great time with you, but we skipped some topics.
I got you.
Dan
makes sense.
Was talking about Stick Lady, and we love talking about Stick Lady.
I love Stick Lady.
Yeah, we need Stick Lady merch, Dan. So that's an old topic, so I don't know if it was still going on.
According to this guy, which was just today or yesterday, it is, unless he's not up to date on the news.
You should ask Chad.
Chad, it's too late. Chad's sleeping.
Yeah.
I'm just. How did that topic even become on there?
I don't know.
It was probably from the first week we started this thing.
It's from when we didn't even do week 1 yet. We hadn't even started the podcast yet. That's episode 0. That's episode 0B.
Yeah.
That's a leftover topic.
Maybe that was a leftovers topic, and yeah.
Might have
So
been, yeah.
No, I mean it's left over.
How is that affecting? So Keith, it's affecting you. I don't think it's affected me yet.
And that's the first time I've known it affected me,
But
and
that
I
could be affecting your sales.
yeah, maybe people aren't buying because they're not confident it's going to get to them.
I sold something to Canada in my sales that are going out tomorrow, I think.
Well, I feel like as an
That's the
eBay
point,
seller,
no.
right? With as long as you're using global shipping, you're
I'm using
pretty
eBay
protected.
program.
Yeah, so I
Now,
think
this
if it
person right here, they haven't paid yet, but they're in Canada.
They're waiting to see if the strike's gonna end. That's why they haven't paid
It's
yet.
the one I sent you where the guy that was that glitch. I sent you guys a picture.
Oh, yeah.
Screenshot. I had an offer come through for $32, but then when I went to accept it, it said the offer was only for $4.99. That's that offer. I finally was able to accept that offer. They haven't paid yet. It's waiting for payment, but that's going to Canada. So I guess I might be affected by it.
yeah, but I think you're protected as a seller, even if it arrives or doesn't arrive. And once it gets to eBay, right, we're pretty
You think
protected.
eBay's just holding all that stuff till the strike's over?
Yeah, or they're shipping it different, not
Maybe.
through the post office, maybe using DSL
They're
or whatever
sending
they're
it to
using.
Mercari.
Yeah, get a little credit. Yeah, a little credit on
Sticking in
Mercari.
the credit from
Yeah.
Mercari for it. Look at that segue, huh? You guys thought you
Yeah.
guys were good at segues.
I
Came all
wish,
wrapped it all around.
I wish Macari or Poshmark had international shipping, but they don't.
Are you able to? Oh, because they give you the label, so you can't even offer it.
Yeah, but well, I don't even think I don't know.
That's what I'm
I've
saying.
never heard of anybody in another country using Macari necessarily too much.
I'm not
Poshmark
I've had
sure.
people
like
on-
that. I mean,
I've had Etsy buyers try to buy internationally. With how easy eBay global shipping is,
Yeah,
we're all spoiled. I don't even want to mess with it. I mean,
yeah. That's kind of like, kind of like Mercari. Like, what happens to the returns that are, that's the question for eBay. When it's an international return, it just goes away.
No, but-
what happens
Yeah.
to those items?
Etsy. I thought
Yeah.
Etsy has their own global shipping hub.
oh really?
Yeah,
I
'cause
gotta
I've-
look into it then. I'm not
I've shipped
signed up
out.
for that.
I haven't even been on Etsy that long, and I've shipped out 2 items.
Oh, we got a new Etsy
Level.
expert here. Huh?
Oh yeah, here we go.
Little,
I've sold.
competition for the Etsy
Huh.
expert now.
Dang,
Little,
I'm like, I don't really stay up on the Etsy news, but
Yeah,
I've sold 10,000 things on Etsy, so I'm
I didn't
pretty,
know until
I'm an ambassador.
Etsy
Etsy ambassador.
I didn't even know until it popped up saying I shipped to. It said it was going to UK. Like I
Well, I mean-
shipped directly there, but it went to.
Ray is on the Mercari mailing list, so maybe
That's
he's
true. Ray's
got a
connected.
little- he's got a little.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
buy my crap, so you can get a
Buy my
$100 credit.
Yeah.
Right? That's actually think about the. I mean, if you knew something, you guys could just you buy all my stuff, I'll buy all your stuff. We'll get a bunch, and then it'll
Yeah.
just be like the
Just training a
inception
rack
of
for.
Mercari.
That's smart. That's smart.
That's where
I'll
I'm
get a
doing
bunch
my
of
Christmas shopping now. Is Macari if I get all these credits.
Yeah.
And Mercari ends
Yeah.
up with all this crap. Mercari ends up with all the crap, and we have endless Mercari credits. It's kind of like
Yeah.
It's kind of like Keith's Dibdit credits.
I've never got a Dibdit credit. I don't.
Me either.
Yeah, nobody's ever used my code. I did have some Whatnot credit at one point, but
I just gave up trying to use my code because I haven't gone. I think I got
Yeah.
some Whatnot credits way back in the day, but never
Yeah.
got a Dibdit one.
I
Can you
have
do something with that, Kevin, please? I need a Dibdit credit. At least give me $1 so I can say I got one.
yeah, it would feel nice.
well, I have $1 in Poshmark credit.
Oh wow, I didn't know such a thing.
Look at this connected individual.
That's what I'm saying. You got an ambassador in the house.
But what can I buy with $1? Like what it is they were doing these days where if you were listing or whatever on a certain day, you get entered in like a sweepstakes type thing, and like, hey,
Right? It's a status thing, all right? You can't buy anything with it, but you
well, I used some
You
of it.
got a
I just have $1 left, and now I'm stuck.
I think the three of
Buy a
us should
Wendy's
be
coffee.
Frost. There you go. I think the three of us should be Dibdit ambassadors. Let's give
I
us a little
wanna be-
title. What do you think?
Yeah,
That'd be
that's a
nice.
good idea. Actually, we
Yeah.
should work on that. I'm working my way. I'm How do you see where you're ranked in selling? Everybody talks about your rank. You can see where you're ranked in your selling on Dibdit.
I don't think they do it anymore. I think
You don't do that anymore.
Yeah, I
They
didn't
used
see it
to
recently.
say like Jimmy's like maybe they can see it because they're the owners. Maybe that's. I want to know where I rank as a Dibdit. I know for a while there I was moving up the charts. Then I took 3 weeks off.
It used to show you right in the dashboard. It would like show the top sellers, the top buyers. It was a whole list. But I don't think I've seen it. It's not in my app anymore.
And I don't care my iPhone. I don't have my iPhone anywhere near me. I don't even know where that thing's at. I used to.
I dropped my phone. So.
Probably still on the tripod over there.
Speaking of Dibdit, and maybe this is a topic for next week, but at the end of the Trash to Cash, I was so interested in what Kevin was about to say on, they were talking about how if you turn off international shipping, it helps your sales. And Kevin was about to really lay some knowledge, and then they cut him off right at the end. Did you guys watch to the end of that? Dave just like clicked it end recording and like, you know,
until Dave starts commenting on our videos, because I know he's not watching. Until Dave starts commenting on our videos, I watch Leftovers first, Dave.
Oh.
So I haven't gotten to the end of Trash to Cash, bud.
Yeah. I haven't watched it this week. I watched Leftovers first too.
Yeah, Leftovers, because they fight and it's fun.
Yeah. Well, the Trash to Cash is part of my Tuesday routine at work and my dinner break. I'm listening or driving home. But yeah, when you guys watch, you'll see what I mean. I'm interested in what Kevin had to say.
I am halfway through it. I'm through.
Okay.
I'm just right after this episode. Well, like after recording this, I'm just gonna go bulk edit all my listings and delete international shipping, the global shipping.
Yeah. Well, you should try to delve into why closing international shipping might be a lucrative thing for our business. We got to check into that.
I don't know. I'm just gonna take the chance and I'll find out. Let you guys know.
Yeah, well, yeah, you can tell. Chad will tell us next week, and Ray will tell us.
You'll be our.
Yeah,
you will be our. Yeah. So maybe we should say tune in next week when Ray tells us what happens. I think I want. You know what I want to talk about next week? I want to talk about. I want to ask Chad this, and I want to talk about not offering free returns, and that might be something that eBay isn't pushing so hard anymore, is free returns offered by the seller. So little spoiler, little lead into next episode, because I think that's a important topic that I've read recently, that's not something that they're pushing as hard anymore. I think that's it for this week though, guys. Did we miss anything?
I don't know. We covered a lot.
We didn't do a buy of the week.
Oh, we didn't do a buy, and I got mine. You guys want to do that real quick?
Yeah. Let's go.
I gotta go run and get mine though. I left it on the table over here. I'll be back.
All right. I'll go first since I have it right here. I bought this. I bought this as a gift at a flea market for my dad. It's a USS Maine porcelain plate. He was in the Navy and he collects USS Maine stuff.
Oh,
Are you familiar with USS Maine, Ray?
No, I am not.
You showed it without me. I'm mad.
Oh. So it's a USA. It's a USS Maine plate. It's a gift for my dad. His birthday's on today.
Okay.
It's fun of a gift.
But it's a USS Maine.
He's an artist.
Who's the artist? I have no idea.
No, did he paint it?
No. I bought it at a flea market. But the USS Maine was a ship in the 19th century that was bombed right outside of Cuba.
What?
It's an American ship and started the Spanish-American War. So and
it survived.
This is made. This is like a memorial plate made probably around that time to honor the ship.
I thought it was on the ship.
No. I think everyone perished, including all the plates.
Oh,
unfortunately, yeah. But yeah,
the elephant didn't make it. Huh?
Yeah, unfortunately. But yeah, he collects that, so it's going to go to him.
That's cool.
So I swear,
Keith, you're a dictionary and encyclopedia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, word of the week every week and all this info all the time.
Because every time he says a new word, he has to tell me what it means. So he's also like that's a dictionary, right?
Yeah.
What's a thesaurus?
Oh, just a different word for a different word for.
Well, that's what you did with Delve when I was all. I'd like to go into that, and you're.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, use the word delve.
That's good. I mean, I wish I could be that smart, honestly.
And then patina.
And we all have our areas of knowledge, right?
I'm gonna show mine.
I mean, your Poshmark and Etsy knowledge is far better than mine.
Yeah, you're
Only because I
international posh.
use it.
Yeah.
You're like the international man of mystery for Poshmark.
Yep.
I don't want to be.
All right, I'm gonna show you my find of the week because I love selling these. I absolutely, it's top 5 things I like finding and selling. I pull up to this yard sale and this guy's mowing his lawn while having a yard sale. What I find out is it's a rental that he rents that people left stuff and he doesn't care. He just wants the stuff gone. And there's a bowl full of toy cars sitting there. And in there is a red line. And that's not the find of the week. I found 2 red lines in 1 week. What are the chances?
Nice.
Was that the
But
one
in there,
you had in your story?
Yeah. Yep. 2, and then the other one was another one that I found. The guy, someone asked on my Facebook because I showed a picture of it. And it was sitting with all these modern toys and some older toys all mixed together. And someone asked, "How's that possible? A red line sitting with a bunch of plastic toys? That's not real." Blah 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 blah. And I said, "Well, it just so happens that the guy sparked up a conversation. He had fostered children for 40 years, and so he had toys. He had just basically said." He's older now. I can't do it anymore. So he's starting to sell some of the toys that he's had. I was like, of course I had to ask him, "You have any others?" So he's all, "No, this is basically all I have left." And there happened to be a red line amongst the cars. And so I bought the red line for $1, of course. But this was a different sale and there was a different red line. And I got that red line. I got them all for $5. But man, I love selling slot cars. 1977 over cab, and not just one, but 2. These were part of that $5. These are worth about $60 a piece. 1977 over cab trucks. Truck slot cars seem to be worth quite a bit more than the cars. There's some that are worth a lot more than these as well. But yeah, I couldn't believe it when I saw them. I was like, and then I said, "How much?" He said they're $1 a piece. And then I had 7 cars, and I was like, "Will you take 5 for all 7?" And he said, yes. So,
I didn't know you. I didn't hear. I at the basement today. I pulled out a little Matchbox box. I'm like, "Oh, there are gonna be red lines in here," and I opened it up, and it was nothing but slot cars. But a lot of them are like, there's like the bottoms of the slot cars that were separated from the tops.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Slot cars. Look up slot car shells. Slot car shells.
Yeah,
I still sell like crazy.
Sometimes
it's the right one.
crazy.
It's probably about
You
40
can either do it as
box.
a part lot, or if you want to just give them to me, that's fine.
Dibbed it.
Yeah, let me know. Well, they'll go like crazy on there. They will.
Okay.
Because slot cars, just the shells can. I've sold a shell by itself for almost $100. Just a shell.
Okay, nice.
If it's the right
one,
yeah. Very highly collectible and sought after right now.
Oh, good, because at first I was very disappointed there weren't red lines in here. Then I looked at the bottom drawer and I see there were the slot cars. I'm like,
if they're, again, look up slot car sold comps, sort to highest, and you will be amazed. And
that's
there's
cool.
So anyway, Ray, did Ray show his?
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys heard with the Savannah Banana, like Banana Ball, what's going on? They added a couple teams to their league.
Right now?
Huh? What?
The Savannah Banana?
Yeah.
And a ball?
No. What I'm saying is this.
Oh, that's that baseball team that dances.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the Savannah Bananas, like the Banana Ball League, announced that they were adding a
Banana
couple
Ball
teams.
League. That's what you said. See, I knew you said Banana Ball. All right,
so they're adding that to their. They're adding 2 teams, and I find this really cool because they're bringing back the Indianapolis Clowns, and I have not one but 3 pieces here. They're all the same.
Very cool.
They're it's got Mamie Peanut Johnson, who played for the Clowns.
Wow.
And then Gordon Hoppy Hopkins. So
they all of them are signed?
Clowns?
Yeah, they're all 3 are signed by the
very cool.
Same,
I think Satchel Paige played for them too, I believe, right?
Yeah, I was doing some research today because I didn't really know too much about the team. I've met a couple of the players over the years when they made appearances at. They did one of the local minor league teams, the Bowie Bay Sox, and I think they just did like stadium tours. But it was really cool because I didn't even know because Hank Aaron played for them right before right before his big contract with the Braves. He got paid $200 a month.
That's crazy.
That was his first professional
So
contract.
did they dress like clowns?
No, but this new team might. Them bringing him back.
That's where I was going. So
Yeah,
the new team
so
call as well.
yeah, but they're honoring the team, which is really cool.
That's
Like
awesome.
that's the whole idea of it.
Yeah, it's very
I
cool.
could see that working. You know, I could see that. I could see that adding to the enjoyment of going to, because I don't know if I'm a banana fan or not. I don't know, Savannah banana fan.
I don't know. It's fun. I'm telling you, it's different. It's you can't. It's not regular baseball.
Well, probably the fact there are other teams, it's probably going to be easier to access it. I know it's hard to get tickets to the Savannah team, right? I mean, it's very difficult.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to get killed for that, but I don't know. I might enjoy it. I don't know.
It's fun. Like, I think I don't like big crowds. Like it's completely sold out. You know, I'm like butt cheek to butt cheek.
Do you get up and dance as well, Ray?
No, I don't. But my wife, she was the whole time they're playing music, the whole entire game. Like even when somebody's up to bat, somebody, during they don't stop playing music at all. Not one bit. And so she's singing along to every single song comes on, and that's everybody, almost everybody in the stadium. So it's a lot of fun. It's not a regular baseball game. It goes really fast paced. I mean, even though I don't even know what's going on half time.
Keith over there keeping score or anything like that.
I have no idea. Like it happens so quickly. I can't even sit there and keep score. I mean, it's weird. Like the rules are different anyway, but the game happens so quickly, and they're doing all kinds of little things like in between innings, like games and like just little.
I guess you just have to experience, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a show. It's not really a sport. I don't know. They would probably. Oh yeah, the players would probably disagree. But
it's like wrestling. It's not really a sport, but it's sports entertainment. Right?
I mean, they do play real ball. I don't think that's like that. None of that's faked or anything.
I mean, they did. It's like the Globetrotters was never a real game. So is this a real game, or is it more like the Globetrotters where it's not?
I don't know if you could play baseball without it being fake like that. Like it's kind of hard to. I mean, you could
you could serve up a whopper that someone could hit 500 feet.
Yeah, but baseball is different. Baseball is known to be like the hardest game. It's like hardest sport in the world to play.
Yeah,
because you're hitting.
Maybe more like the rock and jock baseball, like that back in the day, MTV, where they'd have like Kevin Hart, playing, or maybe not. It was probably pre-Kevin Hart.
Well, in that case, they should sign like Randy Johnson and just then dance. You don't need to dance because he's just striking out everybody.
There were a lot of teams like that. Yeah. There were a lot of teams. Baseball has a rich history of that, where there were a lot of teams in like the 20s and 30s who would like barnstorm, and there were teams that dressed up like clowns. There was a House of David team in Michigan. It was I don't know exactly what religion they were, but they were maybe pseudo Jewish religion, but they would all had super long beards. They would tour the country playing different teams. So baseball has an interesting history of their kind of unique teams.
There is another, like it was like a softball team though, I think, but it was like the King's Court or something.
Oh yeah, Eddie Feiner.
Yeah. I have a signed ball by him and like a couple other people that I picked up at the flea market like probably about a couple months ago.
That's cool.
I guess if I had the opportunity to go, I'd go. Yeah, I would not even guess. I know for sure Sonia would definitely want to go, so I'd be going for that reason alone. So yeah, that's cool.
Be entertaining.
So they're adding a couple teams. Well, more like he said, better opportunity to go experience that.
I will say they're very fan friendly. Like, I mean, they're all about the fans. Like you have to go, when you go early, and you're there for like 3 hours before the game, almost tailgating, and you're meeting all the players before they play, and then you watch the game, and then they have a whole after party like for like an hour or two after, like probably 2 hours after the game.
Oh wow,
it's wild. You're there all day.
Yeah, that's just smart. I mean, I'm sure they want to do it, but that's just smart marketing.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, guys, that was a fun episode. I had a lot of fun hanging out with you guys today, even though we're
Absolutely.
starting a feud that starts today. We have to have one. You guys, we have to have a feud amongst us so that people will watch the podcast.
You can be mad at me for dropping my phone today.
I'm still mad at you for that. You never picked it up either?
No.
It's still sitting down there? Things been going off.
Really bending over.
Watch, you had like 10 sales, and now you're going to drop your phone at the beginning.
I keep seeing notifications pop up, but I don't know.
You need one of Dan's grippers to grab that phone. Like you need to have one of them on hand.
A stick grabber. Hey, watch out. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us on the Buy It All podcast.
See ya.